Whitney, it seems to has happened a lot to your voice. I mean, on this new album,
91.
have you worked with it very steadily? Because I mean, you seem to have developed enormously on your new record.
Um, I think it's simply because you all haven't heard all that you're going to hear from me. I think that's why, and it's been a long period of time that you haven't heard from me. So I think that to you it sounds like it's something that I worked on, but to me it's a very natural thing. I haven't worked on anything. It just comes that way.
So there's a lot of things that we're still going to see from you, from your
See
side.
and hear,
See
yes,
and hear.
absolutely.
And you're also planning to become a movie star. I mean, you've signed a contract with 20th Century Fox, the movie company. What kind of roles would you like to play?
Well, I don't plan on becoming a movie star. I just want to do some acting. If movie stardom comes to be, then so be it. But I don't have any particular role that I'd like to play, only one that I can play that I can actually get into, you know, something that I can truly identify with and have some fun with, you know.
All right, hi, thanks for watching. So today we're going to do the full raw and uncut interview. 2 parts, about half an hour altogether. Raw and uncut sounds like she's not going to be messing around, so let's get into it. Just a quick pause. Her attitude in this is amazing so far. In this one, even the most innocuous questions like, your voice has changed a bit, she's like, nope, no it hasn't. Or you want to be a movie star? Nope, not really. You know, she's not being rude or anything like that, but she's totally switched on. I love it.
There was a script that I had. It was the Dreamgirls script, and the part of the woman in the actual play Dreamgirls was one played by a heavyset woman.
So Jennifer Holliday.
Who actually at some point in the career loses the weight and really gets her thing together, you know, becomes more conscious of her look. It was very appealing to me to play a heavy-set person. You know, the one main thing about this whole business is to enjoy it and to have some fun while you're working at it, you know. I think that was really my whole concept of playing a heavy set person. Someone who is heavy, I should say, not fat, because I don't like to be called skinny, so I hate to say people are fat. You know, I'd like to say pleasantly plump or heavy. It's just an exciting thing to be able.
I'm sure people like to be called pleasantly plump.
Make the transitions, you know, of different characters and different looks or different, you know, styles and things like that, which are very, very appealing to me. You only know what you've got until you try it. You know, and basically that's what it was. I don't think I want to shock people or surprise people. I think people are already shocked and surprised no matter what I do for some very strange reason or another.
In what way are people shocked? What do you mean?
You know, very normal things. You know how the media will take a very simple situation. I think I remember reading once in the British press, Whitney is. Oh, it was just so dramatic. Whitney is tired of being a star. She doesn't want to be a star anymore. Oh, she's, you know, that whole thing. And it had nothing at all to do with that. She's very uncomfortable with her stardom, and which is totally not true. I am very comfortable with my position. There are times when I get kind of tired of being in this position. I'd like to pass off to somebody else. I'd like to say, you know, I wish I had a double sometimes saying, you know, will you do this job for me? Will you go and to this meeting? Will you make this decision for me?
Will you go and do this interview?
That kind of thing. I think, and that's a very, I think anybody in my position knows that and understands that. Anybody who isn't, I don't think really would.
When do you specifically get this feeling? I mean, you've talked about these days where you don't want to be Whitney Houston and or you just want to be an ordinary girl.
There is no specific time, honey. It just happens at certain times. I mean, I can't say on October the 29th I felt this way. It's just at certain times, you know. It varies, you know.
What do you understand? I mean, by the word being a professional.
These questions
exactly
are kind of
that.
pointed and weird, aren't they?
Doing what your duty calls for. Like my mother used to always tell me, well, when you're going to be a professional singer, you have to be on time. You have to know your part right away. You have to be flexible to switch parts. You know, if that is what happens. If you have to take a note from someone else and somebody else takes your part, then you have to be prepared to sing that note. So that makes you a professional. That makes you a master at your game, a master at what you do. But I'm not professional all the time, and who wants to be? I know I don't want to be all the time.
Would you be scared or afraid if you one day found out that you were reacting very professional in your private life as well?
I'm dreading each new question that comes. They're all slightly off. It's not one of those like easygoing interviews. I think it's going to get some good answers because she can't just give like easy responses. She's got to like work out, okay, what is the interviewer actually asking me with this question, and then try and give like an interesting response to it. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's interesting.
What is a businesswoman to you?
Well, what does a businesswoman do? She says what she doesn't want, and she knows primarily what she wants, and that's a pretty tough thing to have to determine sometimes. And you have to tell people what they're supposed to do, you know, which is not always the easiest thing to do, you know. And sometimes you have to get into people's cases, as they say, you know, because, you know, it's to keep an organization and to keep it organized and to keep everybody in their place, you know, and what their job, you know, prospective jobs are. Most of the people that work with me are people I've known for many years, and it's hard sometimes to make the transition from being the friend to the boss, from the boss to the friend, or from the daughter to the boss, from the boss to the daughter. You know, you have to wear different hats at times. You
And
know.
to be creative at
But,
the same time as well.
I think I do pretty good.
To be like a businesswoman
In what way?
and creative. In
Well,
what way? Another
I have a
question.
very well-run organization. I have very competent people who do a job, and they do them well. And if they don't, then they know that they're going to hear from me.
So you're a tough cookie?
Sometimes.
Always?
Not always, no. Sometimes. That means sometimes.
All right. How is it, I mean, to all
Which times?
of a sudden to become the boss of your own family, of your own father and mother in a way? Does it work like that, or are you still, I mean, the little girl sometimes?
Sometimes. Yeah, and sometimes they treat me as if I'm the little girl. I don't think that I'll ever go away. I am the baby of the family, but a lot of times I'm the oldest, seems to be. But
Interesting. That's a telling comment,
my
isn't
mother,
it?
When did you actually start singing?
I actually started singing, I think, when I came out of my mother's womb. It was just something there. You know, it was something that I think I was compelled to do, you know. I can't imagine sitting at a desk with its voice. I just can't.
God seems to be very important.
That's a great
to you.
quote.
He is a very important source in my life. You know, no matter how superstardom I become, I am still a child of God.
Wow. This is
You said
great.
something about-
Great answer there. I quite like how serious Whitney is in this interview. There's a few little wry smiles and stuff, that thing about singing coming out of the womb. But I think for the most part, she wants to put something across, and she wants to be real and give like honest answers about stuff. You know, sometimes when I react to interviews, I find myself making fun of the interviewer. I think it's only because there are so many questions that I would like Whitney to answer that I'm thinking of in my head. And then when she gets asked stuff like, are you a businesswoman? I kind of think, oh, right, okay. But actually, the answers have been really good. So these questions are quite blunt, but actually they're getting to some quite interesting answers. So yeah, let's keep going.
You're supporting a lot of charity organizations. Why do you do that?
Why do I do that?
Why?
Is that of your good heart or good PR?
Oh,
Whoa.
that's deep.
Okay. Okay.
I would, I know that it's from my heart. I don't get involved with scams and things that just give me great PR. Because most of the time when I'm doing things for people, to help people, I don't even want press around me because it is from my heart that I'm doing it. And I think that it promotes a PR situation when you have press there. What I do from my heart is not because I want to be a public figure, it is because it is from my heart. And that has nothing at all to do with the media.
What is the most important thing for you to support? I mean, lately you have supported AIDS, I mean, to have fought against AIDS together with your cousin Diane Warwick.
Her name is Dion.
Dion.
This is brutal.
I
This is
find
brutal.
that
What does your own future look like?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask God about that.
You're going to get married, have children?
Hopefully, I want those things. Now I want the simpler things in life, which is children and a husband and the little house with the picket fence and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's an interesting answer there. I mean, I don't know if her and Bobby had a picket fence, but I'm not sure if getting married made her life simpler. You know, the simple things in life. I'm not sure if that happened. And just when I thought I was being a bit too hard on the interviewer, she goes, why do you do charity work? And I was thinking that's a stupid enough question. And then she goes, is it from your heart or is it because of the PR? But I mean, if someone said that to you, let alone in an interview, but just in your life, you'd be like, God, you know, it would be a bit strange. There's a legendary interview with Lou Reed from the 70s with these foreign journalists, and he gives them the craziest answers and just makes fun of them the whole time. I'll put it right at the end of the video. If you're not interested, just stop watching when it starts. It'll be like 2 minutes long.
Your first album, Whitney Houston, then your second one, Whitney. Now I'm Your Baby Tonight. I had an interview with Tina Turner a couple of
Different
months ago.
interview.
She was promoting her third solo album. She told me it was the hardest one to make and the most important one in her career. Do you feel the same about this third one for you?
I do. I think that I can agree with Miss Turner
Good question.
on that note.
One.
I got the album 2 days ago, so I listened to it perhaps twice and not in a usual way.
Just twice?
Like everybody. Well, I'm Knocking is one of my favorite songs.
Good.
Not only because you co-produced it, but also because you co-produced it so that now you would like me, you know? How far am I wrong if I,
What's he saying?
let's say, predict that your sixth album will be fully produced by yourself? Because it definitely
Wow.
gives another direction.
Yeah, I don't think that you would be wrong. I don't know if you're right either. We'll have to wait and see if the sixth album is going to be totally produced by me. What I hope to do is to someday be able to do all those things: produce, sing, write.
Well, you got plenty of time.
Yeah, I think so.
How was it to work together with Stevie Wonder?
Oh, it was the most incredible experience I've had. Stevie is, like I've said all the time, he's just a musical genius, and Stevie knows exactly what he wants, and he has the best ears, I think, in the business. He's articulate when it comes to sounds and what he wants to hear.
Then you get this sentence, will you sentence me to be your lover for life? Which is, you know, beautiful said. And the song is beautiful.
It's a good song,
Are
that.
you
Need to hear that again.
romantic when you, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
singing it? Are you really the romantic person behind it?
Oh, yeah.
Without faking?
Without faking it, honey. There is no faking romance. If you're romantic, you are. If you're not, you're not. I am a romantic person. I don't think that I could sing ballads the way that I do or feel them the way that I do unless I did have a side of romance inside of me.
Is Susan a real person or is she just
Susan,
imagination?
I'm sure Susan, whoever's Susan is a real person. And
It's a real situation.
it's a real situation. No, I've never been with anybody who has said anybody else's name, dare not say anyone else's name but mine. No, I've never
You wouldn't, would
experienced someone saying me lying in bed with someone and they go, "Oh, Susan." No, it's usually "Oh, Whitney." It's never Susan.
I hope so for you.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh
do
yeah.
you think, you know,
You would think.
everybody
That's
thinks
funny.
of you, speaks of you, of course, as a great singer, but do you think you can still make progress?
Could you repeat that?
Do you think you can still make progress as a singer,
Oh, absolutely. I think there's always room for growth and improvement.
technically?
Technically, yeah. Technically, I've got it down. You know,
What's it down? What's to have it down?
technique.
It will be on the title, of course, but then still I wouldn't know.
No,
that.
well, it's more than a notion just to stand up and sing, honey. It's all about from
I love
coming from
it.
here
I love it.
to here to here to here, and it's about control. And I have learned that, I think, pretty well. I had the
That's why I
master
asked
teacher.
you, because I watch you.
Yeah.
I'm a singer too, so I know what you do.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm asking myself.
I love interviewers. I can't help it. I'm not going to make fun of the guy. It's fine. He's quite charming, but like, I'm a singer too. That's why I'm asking about your technique. Like, let the woman talk. Yeah, I just wanted to stop to say that I'm loving this. I love all that chat about Susan and how you'd hope that if you're in bed with Whitney Houston, you wouldn't say another person's name. I think Whitney would be top of your list to say there. I like her confidence about that. She's just very funny. And then like, listen, honey, I've got the technique down. I've got that. maybe I can progress, maybe I can learn, but I'm doing all right.
I listen to singers. I very rarely listen to people who cannot sing. I guess maybe it's because I'm a singer myself and I can truly identify. I love other artists, you know. I like some of the stuff that Janet does. Janet Jackson, I love some of the stuff she does. I like Bobby Brown. I like Babyface. I like Pebbles. I like.
Should have married
There are
Babyface.
artists that I truly I enjoy listening to, but
Pebbles.
I'm into certain artists.
You feel free on stage when you perform,
Absolutely, absolutely. I
even
think.
though a complete show is programmed, I suppose.
Well, now what you were talking about programs. My show is programmed to a certain degree, but I'm a very spontaneous singer. I don't do the same thing every night, meaning I don't sing
Yeah,
the
no
same
backing
song the same
tracks.
way every night. I feel differently sometimes
Pure
about
live.
certain things, and sometimes it affects me differently. Sometimes I'll say, let's do so-and-so, let's do this song, let's do that song. I am
Then
not
do
a
it.
programmed singer. You know, I come from church, we're not programmed. We are what we feel, you know, what we feel inside, and usually that's what we do.
Anyway, how come you're the famous one?
I don't know, God, how come I'm the famous one?
Okay, God, how
yeah.
come she's the famous? No, I mean,
I-
you just were lucky, or
No, I wasn't luck, honey. Luck has nothing to do with this one. This is just something
love
that was
it.
preordained. I have nothing at all to do with why I have a voice and why I was
I love
chosen
how
to
she
do this
speaks.
part. And I had the best teacher in the world, my mother. I had a mother who could sing, a mother who knew the business, a mother who could write, a mother who could produce, and a mother who could teach me everything that I needed to know. And I listened to her. I wasn't ignorant and I wasn't rebellious or defiant. I knew that she knew what she was talking about, and I believed in what she said.
that's the difference.
Yes,
I didn't listen to my mother.
you didn't listen.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess that's why you're interviewing now.
Suppose that, yeah, that's right. Suppose that you're not as good looking as you are right now, and you couldn't sing that well.
Yeah.
Well, who would Whitney Houston be?
Honey, I have. I don't
What a
know that.
question.
I mean, that's
Is there not?
If you're
no
ugly and
set
couldn't
singing
sing.
that you would
for me right
like
now,
to do?
there
I'd
is.
work in a
I mean,
shop.
I am a singer.
Okay.
That's what I do. I have.
This is so funny.
What are the small things in life you really like? Like, I mean, like taking a shower, stuff like that.
I love taking baths. I don't like to take showers.
This interview's
I know,
wild,
I'm
man. This interview is hilarious. I love the way that she's dealing with these questions. It's like she's getting interrogated by a detective that's like pulling all the questions at random. So no sooner as she finished giving the answer to, you know, what was she going to be if she wasn't attractive and could sing, then she's getting asked, do you like small things? Do you like baths? And then she's like, yeah, I like showers. Showers are good.
I have really very, very wonderful conversations with my nieces and nephews because they're amazing to me. You know, the things they come up with in their minds, it just freaks me out, you know. Those are small things that the simple things I like in life.
My sister wanted me to ask you whether you sport to keep your figure or whether you just refuse to eat or something like that. I mean, do you do something special? That's what.
I refuse to eat. No, I
I think being tall helps, but yeah.
I don't really do anything actually. I have the kind of metabolism that works very fast, and as a matter of fact, I have to concentrate on keeping weight on me than taking it off. I have just recently gotten into toning the body, keeping the body toned, because it gives you a lot more stamina, anything like that. I swim. I do swim.
Oh.
Very good swimmer.
Congratulations. Do you sing in church? Still singing in church?
Congratulations.
I do.
I mean, because you like it, because you, I don't know.
No, because God says if I don't, I'm going to hell. Of course I do.
I think that's a beautiful end for this interview.
Do you?
Of course I love to sing in church. I mean, it's something I've always loved to do. I stayed in church because I loved it. I mean, when we, and in my church, we had bass, guitar, drums, piano, organ, tambourine. We jammed. It wasn't like, you know, it was time to praise God. And we praised him by making a joyful noise. That meant it could be loud.
Peaceful,
it could
peaceful.
be, it was just joyful. It was to make a joyful noise. And it's because
I
I
wonder
loved
how
it.
you learned how to swim. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Indeed.
Thank you.
I used to hate going to church, no offence. In England, we didn't make a joyful noise. We used to sing hymns and stand very solemnly and say prayers. I was an altar service, so that made it a tiny bit more interesting. But yeah, going to church in a Catholic church in England is not a beautiful noise. It's not, joyous and all that kind of stuff that she was saying. Once a week was quite enough for me. Great interviews, really enjoyed those. I mean, Whitney had to have her wits about her, I think, to kind of understand the questions and try and kind of roll with what the interview was getting at. All right, yeah, that was great. Any more interviews like that, please let me know and I'll try to get to them. Next weekend, next Sunday, will be the full Poland live show. Can't wait for that. See you soon, bye. Great song, the original. I don't know this. Yeah. Okay, it's about her.
You like singing about drugs. Is this because you like taking drugs yourself?
No.
Amazing question. Amazing question.
Is your antisocial behaviour
So
just
funny.
part of your show business gimmick?
Wow.
Antisocial behaviour?
That's on a par with, are you charitable for the PR?
Where do you spend your money?
On drugs.
Drugs.
Right.
And is this perhaps why you don't like journalists?
Oh, I love
Journalists. My God, I haven't seen the interview for about 10 years. That is absolutely hilarious. If any of you watched that, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I think it's one of those things. It reminded me of the Whitney one because it's an interview as like an interrogation. And it doesn't seem to matter what answer you give. They'll just have the next question like locked and loaded, ready to go.